Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tim and this is Tim the Trailman, and today I've got a quick maintenance video for you. And in my professional and personal experience, I believe it's the most overlooked fluid maintenance on the vehicle, second to only the brake fluid. So I've been in the automotive industry repair side for about 19 years, and I've got more text messages, phone calls, invoices, quotes, inspections from friends and family talking about, Tim, I just got quoted to do power steering fluid services, power steering flush, some form of maintenance on the fluid for the power steering system. And they ask, do I need to buy it, or are they just trying to rip me off? And that's coming from men, women, younger folks, older folks, people just genuinely curious about whether or not they need to spend their hard-earned money on servicing the power steering system. I'm here to tell you, you do. And so with that, the idea is the power steering fluid is no different than the engine oil. So everyone's been trained to change their engine oil, but they haven't been trained to service their brake fluid or their power steering systems. The fluid, every 30,000 miles, maybe every 2 years, that's when I would recommend it. It's gonna help the power steering rack last longer. It's gonna last the power steering pump last longer, and just overall keep everything serviced that much better. So there's a couple different ways to do it, and I'm gonna show you on my 4Runner how to do it the quickest way, because the sun's going down, and so I apologize for any lighting that's not happening. You can use an extractor system like this, and that's gonna allow you to suck the fluid out of the reservoir and then fill it back up and continue to kind of service it through dilution. You can use this sucker type thing, syringe. If you don't have the extractor, the syringe is a lot cheaper, so you could do the same thing, remove it from the reservoir, add fluid, turn the wheels back and forth, and so there again, servicing by dilution. Or the third way, on most systems, you may or may not be able to access a line or a hose, and that's what we're gonna do on the 4Runner. Because I've got the Viper cut and some splash guards missing, I can just reach down here and access this line, pull that line off, let it all drain out, put the line back, fill up the reservoir, turn the wheels manually. This is less than a 30-minute job on the 4Runner. Quick side note, if you have a vehicle that has electric power steering, a lot of modern vehicles do, except for the 4Runner until the new 2025 came out. That's probably got electric power steering now. But just know, if your vehicle has electric power steering, this service is not for you. But if it's hydraulic, I highly recommend it every 2 years or 30,000 miles. So let's get down to it. I'm gonna take the cap off, pop the line off, drain the fluid, put the line back on, and be done. Turn the wheels manually, fire it up, and see how it goes. So I'm gonna move the camera and let's see what happens. Okay, with the cap off right there, all I'm gonna do is take these pliers, reach in here, and hopefully just take this clamp, slide that up like so, and then that pick tool that you saw, my slipper came off, just take that, kind of break it loose a little bit. Now I'm gonna get fluid on the bottom side of the bumper here and the panel. I'm not too concerned about that. Water hose take care of that. And the pliers also, the 4Runner's 4 years old with about 45,000 miles on it. You also can take the pliers here and kind of twist it up like so. Let's see if, to kind of break that seal of the rubber hose on the steel line. So twisting it. So that's some good looking fluid right there. I got 2 quarts, and I don't know if that will be enough or not. Well, actually, sorry, it will probably be more than enough. So I'm gonna go over there to the steering wheel and turn it a little bit. That's mostly draining the reservoir out of this hose right here. And then to get some more out of the rack, so you can see that more fluid came out as I turned that with the steering wheel. And then the key is when we put the hose back on, we're going to put fluid in the reservoir and then turn the wheels manually again, so that way we'll bleed out any air. But there's probably not even a full quart, so let me turn that again. The goal is not to get everything out because we don't want to induce air too much per se. But while we're doing this fluid service, let's go ahead and get what we can. All right, so that's maybe like a half a quart. So all we need to do is slide this back on. It's going to go on hopefully easier than it came off because it's got some oil on there now. So just kind of hold it at the bottom, and then it's hard to see on camera, but there's a knurled edge right there, so you kind of know where to go ahead and pull that line down to. So reach up here, grab the clamp with your pliers, and then pull that down, set that back. So I've got the hose right there next to the knurled edge. So let's go ahead and add fluid back to the reservoir. Okay, with the camera moved up here to this location, I could get a flashlight too to help see the reservoir. What we're going to do, and you can't actually see it on camera, but it does actually look like the reservoir is a little bit stained, even though it hasn't been driven a lot, and that can be something that will mistake people too, is the old fluid in there kind of stains it actually. Spilled a little bit. Nothing that Brake Clean can't handle. So we're going to fill it up. I really could be using a funnel here. And as the fluid's filling the reservoir, I can see the fill level is darker than the stains. But if yours is getting stained, it's probably because it's not clean or new. So that's hopefully showing up on camera, and you can see that it's filled up to the brim. So let's turn the wheel. Gonna try to turn it slowly, a little back and forth. Get that fluid to go down. None of this are we starting the car. We don't necessarily want the pump to suck in any air. So just nice and slow. And you're kind of imagining how much you took out, so you'll know how much to put back. So now we can see that that fluid has gone down. There's little lines on the side of the reservoir. So that is just high enough over it. And that's about a half a quart there. All right, it's gone down again. Let's see. After this one, I'm probably gonna fire it up. All right, that's just above the full line. It's gone down some more, and you want to check, make sure it ain't pouring out. Make sure you put that line back on there. We'll add some more here. Just above the full line there. I'm gonna put the cap on. Okay, so just fired it up there, and I can see the fluid level, turned it a couple times with the engine running. Make sure you put the cap back on. Ooh, put a little too much in there, fill it up. Okay, so there you have it. That's how you do a power steering fluid service on a 5th gen 4Runner. You could do it on any vehicle with hydraulic power steering with the tools that I showed you. It's up to you. Just be careful. Kind of notice how much you take out versus how much you put back. If you didn't put back as much as you took out, there could be air in the system. I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to me and the channel. If you'd like to be a patron too, please head on over to patreon.com/Tim the Trailman. If you'd like to see more content like this, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and as always, thank you for watching. We'll let the UPS guy go by.